All right, so I'm back on checking out football tactics. Today I'm learning about inverted fullbacks. These are Leicester City tactics. This is a masterclass by Enzo Maresca. Maresca. All right, we'll figure this out.
One of the reasons why we bring the fullback inside is to avoid transition and to defend better in the moment that we lose the ball.
All right. Man, it's good to get back to watching tactic videos again. Inverted
First of all,
fullbacks.
for instance, in this case, as you can see, the shape is 4-3-3.
Okay.
And with the teams that they play 4-3-3, most of the time, when they are attacking, they just defend with three players. That means the two central defender and the old midfielder, because fullback is higher. Sometimes teams, they play with the winger inside to attack midfielder and the striker. So as you can see,
Right.
you defend the transition. With three players, and with the team that they are 4-3-3. For instance, with the team that they are 4-2-3-1 or 4-4-2, doesn't matter. More or less happen the same thing. That they bring both fullback higher. They attack with the winger inside, 9, 10, and the two fullbacks. And as you can see, they defend with four players. Okay. So the reason why the fullback inside, for instance, if you are in the way we try to play, that it's 3 and 2, and then we have two wingers, two attack midfielder, and number 9. So as you can see, in this case,
I'm with him so far.
So we defend the transition with the 5 players. So one of the reasons why we try to bring the fullback inside is defensively, because in the moment that we lose the ball, we have 5 players defending the transition. Not the main reason, but one of the reasons why we bring the fullback inside is to avoid transition and to defend better in the moment that we lose the ball. Then there are many reasons why we...
All right, so this is a defensive tactic, mainly motivated by a defensive impulse, so that you have 5 in transition. Good luck scoring on a counterattack.
Bring the fullback inside when we have the ball, because the idea is to have an overload in the middle, extra player in the middle, and always try to have an extra man.
Okay.
In the middle, we try to create this 1, 2, 3, and 4 players against 3. So we have an extra man in the middle, and this allow us to control better the game. So we try to use the fullback inside, and the main target is to have an extra player in the middle. As you can see, against 4-3-3, in this case, we have 4 against 3 in the middle, and we have 1 extra player that give us more control. How the opponent, they can do 4-4, jumping with one of the central defender. So in this case, he can come here, and he can come here, and we are 5 against 5 in the middle. But this also, it's a benefit for us because, first of all, we are moving one central defender out from his position, and also because we are, as you can see, man-to-man. That for the opponent is good because they can be more aggressive, but in the same time for us can be good because we are 1v1 winger in both sides. We are 1v1 number 9, and we are 4 against 4 in the middle, bringing out of his position the central defender. That is never easy for a central defender. So
that's one thing I've been finding with my journey into tactics is just how important it is, the numbers game. And so most of the tactics that you're going to employ offensively are essentially centered around opening up numbers and getting one-on-ones, getting or having overloads, having more players than there are defenders in a given area. And as he's just put it, you can force the opponent to give you one-on-one matchups with your essentially your most skilled players and your attacking players. And the hope is if you've got really quality attacking players, that one-on-ones would be a nightmare for your opponent, because you have guys who can create and who can score goals in space. So it's interesting to notice that most tactics center around finding an overload where you have more players than they have defenders, or forcing them to play in a position where they have to go one-on-one against your best goal-scoring players. So that's very, very interesting.
This is, as we said, not only a reason why we bring inside the fullback defending better, but it's also to try to attack better. Against 4-4-2, for instance, it's more or less the same concept. As you can see now in the middle, we have 4 against 2. So they have the two old midfielder, and we have 4 players. It's 4 against 2. What's happened most of the time, and happened this year already many times, that to try to match the 4 against 2 in the middle, the opponent, they drop number 9 and number 10. So they do like this and like this. 4 against 4 in the middle. That, yes, become more difficult for us because there are no space that we can exploit here. Probably the only one, and this is the reason why sometimes we drop our 9, is also to create this 5 against 4 when this situation happen. But if we don't drop our 9, in any case, when the opponent try to match this situation, and with the 9 and 10, that means that because they drop number 9 and number 10 with our old midfielder, we are in completely control of the game, because that means that the 3 players here, they are without any pressure and we can play in the opposite side. But in same times, at least means that they drop in their side and we can control the game. One of the solution when this happen, we try to drop our 9 and to create this 5 against 4. That is the same situation. They can jump with central defender and they become 5 against 5. But it's the same situation. We have big space between fullback and central defender for attacking midfielder or for winger. The same thing in the other side. For instance, when we face team that they are 4-2-3-1, it's the same situation. We have 4 against 3 in the middle. We have 2 against 1 here, against their number 10. So there is this situation 2 against 1. Here we are 2 against 2, but overall we are 4 against 3. So in the moment that they decide, for instance, to jump with this player to this player because the other one is here, this become free. The same thing in the other side. If they decide to number 10 go with him, all the midfielder jump with him, this guy is free. That is similar to the other situation. How can match the situation jumping with central defender, but we have man-to-man, and we can attack better.
Once again, it's so it seems to me that Leicester City has chosen to play with this tactic, inverting the fullbacks, because it gives them, I guess, a good balance between defense and attack. It gives them the ability to have a lot of numbers on defense if they lose possession of the ball. But if they have possession of the ball, it gives them opportunities to have one-on-one situations with their skill players, because they're able to force their opponent to play the fullbacks. And so it forces either one-on-ones or overloaded situations where they're able to exploit space on the other side. So this has been a fun little video to check out. I'm going to end the video here because I feel like I've digested what I'm going to be able to understand from this video at this point. And so I'm going to sit with it, take some time, think over what I just learned before I try to, drink from a fire hydrant, so to speak. I want to take time and let some of these things that I'm learning simmer, and let me chew on them for a little while and think about it a little more. And then I'll come back and finish up the video and learn even more and add to the concept. But if you like what you saw in this video, go ahead and hit like on the video. Subscribe to the channel. It would help me out greatly. Comment down below. What do you think about inverted fullbacks? Do you think that it's a good tactic? I liked it. I think it gives me food for thought. That being said, I'll see you guys in the next video.